Hi, this is David Orlofsky. Welcome to the Parsha in 5, where in 5 minutes or thereabout, we give you a little insight into the Parsha that hopefully will be worthwhile and helpful to you to make your Shabbos more meaningful. Chayei Sara. So, we've spoken in the past, of course, of the journey Eliezer goes through to go and find a wife for Yitzchak. And when he comes back, the pasuk says, Rivka sees him, lasuach basadeh, conversing in the field. And the Chazal tell us that he invented tefilos mincha. As we know, each one of the avos invented a tefillah. Abraham created shachris, and Yitzchak created mincha, and Yaakov created ma'ariv. Yeah, as it says by Abraham, vayashkem Abraham ba'boiker, and as it says by Yaakov, vayifka b'makom, and yifka is a lashon of tefillah, and all of them instituted these 3 tefillahs that we say every day. Why do we say 3 tefillahs a day? You know, the Arabs say 5. Yeah. Why do we say 3? What is the significance of this? And what is the significance of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov establishing these tefillahs? Yeah. All right, let's start with Shachris and Ma'ariv, because those are the easiest. Lahagid ba'boiker chasdecha ve'emunascha ba'leilus. I will tell of your chesed in the morning, and I will speak of your emunah, of your faith at night. So what does that mean? There's something that is built into a human being where we become hopeful in the morning. Because it's daybreak. If you want to believe, it can be daybreak. The sun rises over the horizon. Suddenly the world gets light. And the world has a sense of freshness and newness to it. As I heard Moshe Shapiro say once in Shir, even for Shtunkina, New York smells good in the morning. That was before the present administration. But the idea is that it comes up in the morning, everything is fresh, everything's starting, covered with dew, sunshine. It's the beginning of the day. It's hopeful. Things are going to go well. It's going to be a good day. That's the nature of the beginning of the day. And that's when we say, Lahagid ba'boiker chasdecha. We say Psukei Zimra. We talk about all the praises of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We make all the brachas of all the good things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us. Every day starts off with this tremendous hopefulness and this concept that we're going to accomplish and do great things. Yeah? That's how the day starts. And that is Shachris. Yeah. And Abraham's life represents that. He gets thrown into a kibshin ha'esh, poof, he comes out, he's fine. He gets 10 tests, he passed all the 10 tests. He goes to war against the 4 world powers, he's successful. You know what I mean? Him and his wife have no children, boom, at the age of 100, he has a child. 99, has a child. He's born when he's 100. At the end of his life, he sees Yishmael do tshuva, he sees Yitzchak get married, he sees him have his twins, he sees that everything is going, ad kedei kach, that he died 5 years early, so he shouldn't see Esav go off the derech. Because his life is a life of bracha, of chesed. He was chesed. Lahagid ba'boker chasdecha ve'emunascha ba'leilos. Night is scary. That's when the monsters come out. That's when we don't see. That's when our world shrinks. That's when we're afraid of all the forces of evil that come out into the world. The nighttime is a scary time. Yaakov's life was tough. He's forced into a position of having to act falsely and steal the brachas from his father. Then he has to run away from his brother who tries to kill him. His grandson beats him halfway before he gets there and steals all of his money. He has to deal with his uncle, who becomes his father-in-law, who is the most corrupt individual in the Torah, and that's saying something. Changed his arrangements 100 times, and he has to work there and manage to be successful and work around this slime ball, which is not easy to do. And then he escapes. His daughter is kidnapped and raped. Two of his other kids wipe out a city, which starts a war that the Jewish people then have to fight against all of the locals in Canaan to be able to get away. And then his brother comes to attack him with an army of 400 men. He doesn't know what's going to end up happening. And then he loses his Ruach HaKodesh when he thinks that his beloved son Yosef is dead for 22 years. And at the end, he dies in Galus. That's a very sad story. But that's night. And it's at nighttime when you're living the life of Yaakov that we need to say a tefillah of Emunah. So what's Mincha? Yitzchak didn't have a bad life, but he didn't have a great life. He had difficulties. He had challenges. Things were hard for him. And therefore, it was the setting of the sun. It's not dark yet, but you see it coming. Bein Abayim is translated as twilight, even though it starts at 12:01 in the afternoon, right? But it means the sun is setting. And Yitzchak himself didn't really suffer any difficulties, but he died knowing that Yosef was still alive and he couldn't tell Yaakov. He died seeing Yaakov in pain. He died seeing Esav become a Rasha and try to kill Yaakov. He died seeing all of the different difficulties that were waiting for Yaakov and for Yosef and the problems that were coming up for Klal Yisrael. He himself didn't experience it, but he saw it coming. It's the setting of the sun. It's anticipating the difficulties that are waiting around the corner. And so when we daven Shachris, we say Psukat Zimra, and we put on our tefillin, and we have a sort of positive sense. Ma'ariv, we go to shul, it's dark outside. You know, we say Emes ve'emunah. We have to stress that we have faith that Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to take care of us. And Mincha, there's always the expression, I have to chap a Mincha. You know, you got to chap a Mincha. You got to fit in a Mincha, because Mincha interrupts your day, because you see that the day is just going and heading towards a particular conclusion, and you interrupt it with the tefilos Mincha that says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I have not forgotten you. I'm thinking about you. I see the sun setting. I see the night coming. I know the difficulties that are waiting around the corner, and I want you to know that we stand strong with you. So, Emir Hashem, when we daven our tefilos, we should have in mind not just the avos, but the ideas that the avos represented in the world. Yitzchak was din. Din is always pulling back, and that's exactly what this setting of the sun is, pulling back. And so we should try to focus on the three aspects of the day when we say our tefilos. Shabbos.